Welcome back, everybody, to the Crypto Sherpa channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over the 5 worst places to store your crypto wallet seed phrase. It's a new year. Should have done this a little bit sooner, but we just always need to remember why it's so important to keep your seed phrase and password safe and how to do it right. You never want to keep digital copies or records of it, because I heard a story very recently that someone lost all their crypto assets because they had a separate computer that had all their passwords and seed phrases on it. And of course, the computer was compromised. Someone got a hold of it and drained their wallet. So I do not want you guys to fall for that type of scam out there. So let's go over the 5 ways that you shouldn't keep your crypto seed phrases. So the first one is typing it in a Word document. If anything happens to your computer, you will lose your seed phrase. Your computer could be stolen, you could accidentally delete the document, or it could crash and wipe your files. It's not a good idea, and if you do, you should consider password protecting your document. So that's just one way you should not store your cryptos on Word document. No, easily hackable, it's not protected, and again, like I said, if your computer gets hacked, and it's easily able to, someone can see that. So yeah, you definitely do not want to write it down in a Word document. The next place you shouldn't keep your seed phrase is taking a photograph of it. A photo or a screenshot is not a great idea. If someone hacks your phone or computer, they could easily access these photos using photos and digital copies of your seed phrase to create more copies that have the potential to be hacked or passed around. Not only this, having only digital copies of your seed phrase runs the risk of loss if a computer or phone is stolen. So yes, so never take a photo of it, because again, same thing, computer gets hacked and you have a copy of it, a hacker can easily just go in there, view all your photos and go, oh hey, there's a seed phrase, let me download, let's say, the Exodus wallet, Recover wallet. They type it in, next thing you know, they have access to all your cryptos and they're going to move it to their own, and that's it. It's nothing you can do. So never take a photocopy of it. Now, this is in here, but it is probably one of the safest ways to keep your assets on here. But they say too that writing it on a paper wallet is a no bueno. But that's because a paper wallet is when your seed phrase is on a single one piece of paper. This can be a physical printout that has your keys on it. While this method is secure from being hacked and less likely to be stolen, it could be easily lost or destroyed, and you lose access to your funds. So this is, again, like I said, it's the most secure way because it's offline. A hacker can't hack onto a piece of paper, but again, you're responsible for keeping that piece of paper safe. Maybe have a backup somewhere, 2 separate places. Where are you going to be keeping it? Are you going to have it in a fireproof, waterproof bag inside a fireproof, waterproof safe, and that way you don't have to worry about water damage? Or go the other route if you want. It's not online, you engrave it on a sheet of metal or something. If it's engraved on metal, you don't have to worry about water damage, you don't have to worry about fire damage, it's there. So that was probably by far the safest way. But paper wallets are secure, just you are responsible for how safe you keep that piece of paper. So don't lose it. Now, another place that you definitely do not want to keep your seed phrase is saving it on the cloud. The famous case of Liechtenstein and Morgan, who stored their private keys online, where the government were able to easily gain access to their wallets on suspicion. The couple was laundering stolen Bitcoin. Whilst you shouldn't be hiding your seed phrase for the wrong reasons, this case shows how easily accessible storing your seed phrase in a cloud service is, increasing the risk of being hacked. So that goes on the line with just also a Word document, photograph, or just heck, using the cloud. If you're stored it in there, it just shows how easily the government can get in there because Google's working with them, or again, even if a hacker hacked the cloud and got all that information. So do not store it in the cloud. Again, this all runs on digital. Never keep digital copies of your seed phrase. I hope you're getting the idea of it. And then also, this is a safe way to move your cryptos off, out of the country or whatnot if you're moving, but relying on your memory. If you forget your seed phrase, you lose access to your cryptos forever. Even if you remember the individual words, if you can't remember the correct order, you will not be able to access your crypto. Software developer Stephen Thomas holds over $232 million worth of Bitcoin, but he only has 2 mere chances to guess his seed phrase until he is locked out forever. So this man forgot it. He's got 2 chances to guess it. Otherwise, it is gone forever. So again, you're probably asking them like, well, where should you store your seed phrase? Well, it's important that when choosing where you store your seed phrase, you can access it with ease whenever you need it, but equally it has to be secure enough that no one else can access it. The more secure, the better. Now, if you choose to make a physical copy of your seed phrase, you could consider using a safety deposit box that is locked and fireproof. You should never share where your seed phrase is stored or the code to unlock it. But again, also, in my opinion, don't get a safety deposit box with the bank, because why are you giving the bank back like access? Or they have access to it because it's in their safe. But hey, if you have your own safety deposit box, like say in your house, your basement somewhere, and like nobody knows where it is, that's okay to do because it's a fireproof, waterproof safe. How I said it, if you keep a paper copy of your seed phrase, put it in a fireproof, waterproof bag, and put it in a fireproof, waterproof safe. And there's like at least 2 layers of protection for you to keep it. Or again, engrave it on a sheet of metal, and that way you don't need to worry about the damage. But hey, still keep it in these like things, because that's 3 layers of protection now that you got. But despite the risks, if you do decide to store your seed phrase online, you should make sure it's secure with a password. Keeping a seed phrase safe shouldn't put you off joining the world of crypto. Alternatively, you could consider backing up your private key in the event of disaster. But yeah, it's like even the encryptions, like encrypted like coding for your like digital copies, I don't know how I feel about that. Again, I feel the safest way for just keeping your assets safe is, again, engrave it on a sheet of metal, put it in a fireproof safe, and have only the people know. Maybe have a backup copy with another relative or family member, somebody you trust with your life. But that's also has its own issues, because like you don't know if they're gonna take it. But again, like these are just little precautions you gotta take to stay safe. Because guys, I don't like hearing people lose all their hard-earned money, and just by doing the dumbest, simplest thing, which is, again, like I've been saying, never keep a digital copy of it. It's like so many people make that mistake, even in the beginning for newbies. It's just, it's a no bueno. So I hope you guys did learn something from this, and that you will not keep digital copies of your seed phrase and secure it as safe as you can. And if you did, smash that thumbs up for me, guys. Like the channel, subscribe, and until next time, the Crypto Sherpa is out.